Hello, lovely discipleship groups. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. We are continuing our series on Hosea 6:6 or Hosea 6:6 and looking at how we can step further into the covenant relationship that God has already invested himself in and how we can love him the way that he longs to be loved. And to do that this week, we looked at 1 Samuel 24 and the whole story around the appointment of Saul and David as kings. Through Samuel and Saul and David, we saw that there are rewards for obedience. Eternity rewards obedience. And we saw that God takes responsibility. One of the benefits of obeying the Lord is that he takes responsibility for our stuff, for the things that we find really overwhelming. We also discovered that we are rulers of God's inheritance, that everything we have has been given into our hands, entrusted to us. And that means that the one person who's most committed to our success, the one being who wants to make everything work for us, is the Lord. And we can rely on him to walk with us and encourage us and urge us on to do really well as we manage his inheritance. We looked too at the fact that we can be confident in our spiritual authority, providing we're in a place of obedience, that the measure of our spiritual authority is going to be exactly in proportion to the degree to which we obey the Lord. We also looked at the fact that we can be confident of God's continued blessing while we're being obedient. Ultimately, the story pointed to Jesus. He is the perfect example of obedience to the Father, obedience even to death on the cross. I've suggested some questions you might want to discuss. I hope you'll have a great time together. Bless you, and I'll see you next week.